We are Biafra, nothing more, nothing less. You are welcome to land of rising sun. There is a land that is full of natural resources. Pretend divided us during colonization. No, we are generous and industrious. Naturally, educationally, mentally, you can check out the world. One of your kelele, mama and papa can go see the French in Guinea. Because your kelele, anywhere you from, around the world. One of your kelele, come and see who we are. Because your kelele, you know your kelele, you are welcome. Welcome to Biafra. It's over no you born. Ever been a city you are welcome. Anywhere you from around the world, come and see who we are. Welcome to Biafra. Biafra, everybody see you are welcome. Quality education, you can be partners if you're ready for innovation. I can even think of what I need to let them to be better.
of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist. You opened your mouth, to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isob. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy. Because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said,
welcome, fellow Biafrans. Welcome. Thank you for joining me wherever you are joining me from. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for connecting. Thank you for joining wherever you are joining from. I appreciate you. Please exercise a little patience with me. Exercise a little patience. If you see any distraction, as usual, please exercise patience. We are going to get it right and send our message. I appreciate everybody who has been able to connect to this very broadcast this very evening. I'm coming very late and I didn't put a notification because of the certain things. I've been very busy, so I didn't put a notification. I just came in to make the broadcast. That is why many people could not be able to join. But as many as have joined now, please, as you join, kindly like and share. Share. When you like and share, other people will notify, because YouTube no longer send notification to people. They don't send notifications to people to join also. It is when you like and you share, you will trigger that notification to go. You trigger it. We have to do that because it is our responsibility these days to share the messages and make sure that the Biafran people are awake. We will carry everybody along and make sure that nobody is left behind. That is where we are. And today we're going to talk about our movement into Biafra. You have seen what is happening now. Today, Biafran people have spoken very, very loud. The Biafran people have spoken loud. Do not bother yourself about those who are not ready. Don't bother yourself. Just be focused on our direction. Focus on that direction that we're going, heading to Biafra. The journey to Biafra land is the journey that no mortal man. The journey to Biafra land is the journey that no mortal man will. I beg you to stand firm and stay strong. It is our responsibility to push this message, just as we are in the radical evangelism. We continue on that radical. It is really bad. It is really bad. They are starting the attack today, trying to push away every single person on the very platform. I don't know what we have done to deserve all this kind of things that are happening. I don't know. But no matter what happens, we will hang on and continue to speak up and continue to pass the messages that we have to pass. The attack is getting too much, it's getting too distractive. I'm just starting the broadcast, not even up to 10 minutes, and already there has been thousands and thousands of disruption now and again. So they're just making it difficult for us to pass the message, but no matter how difficult it is, I will try as much as possible to pass the message I have to pass. Maybe people can watch it later and all that. You see how they sent out people who are coming to observe and participate in the discussion. This continue to happen again and again and again. What do we do? What do we do? Are we going to stop? Of course we cannot stop. Even if it's 1 second or 2 seconds they give us to talk, we still talk. Today I appreciate Biafran people who are sitting at home today. Our Biafran brothers and sisters are sitting at home in Biafra land. Everybody sat at home. The second day they sit at home to demand for the unconditional release of Mazen Nandekano was today. And it was massive. There was massive response. Many places in Biafra land were locked down. Regardless of all the propaganda, all the attack you are hearing, all that, we don't care. We are not here for blackmail, neither are we here for propaganda. Those who are blackmailing and pushing their propaganda can go ahead and continue to push. But for us, we know where we stand and we will continue to stand. Can never distract us. They can try for all I care. They can keep on trying, but they won't stop us. The Biafran people have spoken very, very loud. In these few days, these very 2 days, is another referendum. Another referendum to tell the world that we are ready to go. We are good to go. And there is no amount of force they're going to use to stop us. We are telling them that the only thing we want in Biafra land is referendum. Free Mazen Nandekan and grant us a referendum. Free Mazen Nandekan and grant us a referendum. That is all we want. If you like, demonize us. If you like, call us name, give us any kind of name you want to give us. Let them continue their blackmail, continue to give us. There's never a time we are expecting a good name from our enemies. There has never been a time at any point in time where we are expecting a good name from the enemies. You don't expect your enemies to give you good names. They will always give you a name. They will always give you a bad name to kill you. It has long coming. There has never been a time we've been called good name, but is that going to stop us? We are not going to stop what we are doing simply because they are calling us names. We are not going to stop what we are doing because we are calling us names. There is no name that we call you today that they have not called people in the past. Every title or name that we call you today, they have called people in the past. The highest and greatest name they call people is terrorists. Once you do something, fighting for your rights, they call it terrorists. You do this, they call it terrorists. That is the highest name they can call. But I can tell you, the most respected people in this world today have been called that great name. The most respectable people in this planet today have been called that very derogatory name, calling them terrorists. Name them. Martin Luther King, whom they are worshiping in the United States, who everybody now bows to, who everybody celebrates. They called him a terrorist at a point in time. Mandela was called a terrorist, branded a terrorist. But today, Mandela is celebrated even at death. While he was alive after his release, he was celebrated all over the world and continues to be celebrated. Up to this moment, Mandela is being celebrated. Who are you going to talk about? Gandhi was called a terrorist also. Every human rights activist at one point in time was called a terrorist. You come back to that same zoological republic, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe was termed a terrorist at a point in time. So that is calling you a terrorist should not deter you from asking for that which is yours. As long as you know that you are fighting for a just cause, as long as you know that you are pursuing the right cause, you have to be focused and continue to pursue that thing which you are pursuing. Don't get distracted. Don't mind what the enemy will say. Don't mind. It's only a foolish person that will be expecting his enemy to praise him or give him a good. And whenever your enemy begins to praise you, look back again and watch out. If your enemy begins to praise you, look and watch very closely. If care is not taken, you are very close to your grave. Whenever you see your enemy turn 360 degrees and begin to praise you, somebody you know that wants you dead, I begin to praise you, you should watch out. There is danger. But whenever you see your enemy coming with their real color, they will never call you a good name. When they continue to call that bad name, you now know that you are doing something effectively and you are standing your ground. So let nobody shake. Any attack we are seeing, you see the attack is coming. Attack is coming from all corners. Look at our spokesperson, Master Samuel Ekpa. You don't know the kind of attack he's facing, both spiritual and physical. If not that Chukwu Okike have given him that mantle, if not that Chukwu Okike is standing with him, and he is standing on the truth, there is nothing like truth. There is no charm that is greater than truth. As long as he's standing on the truth, propelling that gospel of truth, there is nothing the enemy can do. They will only try, but they will never succeed. They can only try, and they continue to try, but they will never, ever, ever succeed. Likewise, you that is autopiloted, if you are a member of autopilot today, stand firm. Stand firm. I said it initially. At the beginning of this year, I said it, that blackmail will increase, attack will increase, calling of name will increase, everything that you can think of, they will throw anything at us. And that is what they're seeing today. They are going to throw all manner of arsenals against us. Anything they have, they will throw it against us. And more is coming. It has not ended. Instead of you giving up, I beg you in the name of Chukwu Okike, add more effort in what you are doing. Because what we are doing is yielding fruit. Is bearing fruit. Every effort you are putting today, every attempt you are making today is bearing fruit. It's for strength. Everything is not in vain. And I tell you, Biafra actualization must surely happen. It must surely happen. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter they are blackmail. It doesn't matter they are blackmail. Biafra will be restored. Don't mind people who tell you that Biafra is finished, Biafra is gone. Biafra is gone. Biafra is gone. They might have suspended Biafra for a very long time, but in this our generation, we will restore it. Since none of them know the meaning of restoration, they are saying that Biafra is dead. Biafra is dead, but Biafra is going to resurrect. The resurrection of Biafra is going to happen in this year that we are in. It has started already. It has started. So those of them, do not waste your time listening to them or talking to them. We are in the resurrection mode. Biafra will resurrect. Biafra will resurrect again. The sun will rise again, and no man can stop it. The sun will rise again. Whether you agree, whether you don't agree, whether you join, whether you don't join, whether you fall in your fall, it is your own business. That you are a Biafran located in the old southeastern region. If you are if you are born in that area, the old southeastern region, the present south and the southeast will lower Benue. If you fall within that area, be prepared. Be prepared. The restoration of Biafra is coming in speed. And we are not looking at anybody. It doesn't matter whether you buy into it or you don't buy into it, whether you key in or you don't key in. The most important thing is that the Biafrans want to go home, and they are speaking loud. They are speaking loud. We want to go home. And if you decide to be a hindrance to people that are asking for their freedom, a man that is seeking for freedom can do anything to get his freedom. A man that is asking for freedom can do anything to get his freedom. As an Osondo other wiki. What we are running is Osondo. Another wiki. You will never get tired when you are running the race of life. You don't get tired. What we are running now is the race of life. Don't get tired. Try anything you can do to energize yourself and continue to be focused. Don't get distracted. Do not get distracted with any propaganda, any blackmail. Be focused and let your demand remain. That word that Mazen Nandekano spoke, consistency personified. Mazen Nandekano told us again to remain resolute. He just repeated it again. Remain resolute. Whatever you know you are doing, hang on there. Hang on there. That is the word of Mazen Nandekano. And I tell you, our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, is hanging on there, very, very high there. We need to meet him up there. We need to meet up with Master Simon Ekpa, hang on where he's hanging. As we can see that Master Simon Ekpa is on a very strong pedestal and he's not ready to come down. It doesn't matter the attack everybody is bringing. It doesn't matter the blackmail. It doesn't matter the propaganda. He is not ready to step down. Master Simon Ekpa is maintaining that standard. He's maintaining that standard. Maintaining that standard. unchecked, unshaken. And you better key in. The earlier you key in, the better for you. The earlier you key in into that same standard and maintain it, the better for you. There is no time to waste. There is no time to begin to play around. There is no time to begin to play hanky-panky. It is time for you to be focused. There is only one direction that we have to follow. Freedom. Freedom. That is the foundation that Mazen Nandekano led. When you hear Mazen Nandekano say that establish IPOB, he established IPOB because of the freedom of the Biafran people. For self-determination actualization. It is not for any political motive. It is not for Igbo presidency. It is not for restructuring. You see them, some of them will begin to play the lie that Mazen Nandekano went for structuring. Mazen Nandekano never go for structuring. Mazen Nandekano has never ever gone for structuring. What Mazen Nandekano did was that when he held meeting with the Southeast governors told Mazen Nandekano that they want restructuring, that they want to go for restructuring. After Mazen Nandekano was granted bail in 2015, he held meeting with the Southeastern governors. They told him that they want to go for restructuring, that he should stop agitation, that they want to go for restructuring. Mazen Nandekano told them that I will not stop my agitation. I will not start asking for Biafra. You can go for your restructuring. Whenever you bring that restructuring that you are talking about, we will look at it and see how it is. If your restructuring is okay and Biafra said they want it, we are good to go. That was the response of Mazen. It is not a Mazen Nandekano went to. You see some of them. This is the lie they preach in some of their platforms. They will tell you that Mazen Nandekano was going for restructuring. That Mazen Nandekano goes for it. Mazen Nandekano has never ever gone for restructuring. He is going for self-determination. Mazen Nandekano pursuit has always been self-determination. Self-determination. He has never ever one day gone for restructuring. It was the governor that made that suggestion, and he gave them go ahead. Go and get it. Go and get it and bring it. When you bring it, the Biafrans will decide if that is what they want or not. But as for him and the IPOB that he established, he is pursuing self-determination. Total and absolute freedom from Nigeria. And that is what we are pursuing out to today. So for some people to come and begin to peddle that lie for you, they want to use that lie to sway you into supporting P2B or supporting election. You better don't fall into that trap. Do not fall into that trap. All those that Mazen Nandekano has never ever compromised. He is making a demand, and that demand, he continues to stand on that demand. He has never changed from it. So if anybody is coming from any angle to begin to paint any picture for you, do not enjoy it. It is either Biafra or Biafra. That is the only focus we have, Biafra. And we must actualize Biafra, no matter what the enemy does. No matter their plans, their blackmail, their propaganda. Do not fall into that evil trap. Because they will never stop. The enemy will never stop. They will continue to cajole you. They will continue to push you around. They will throw all manner of things for you against you. Mazen Nandekano said it. That they will throw everything at us, including money. They are going to throw money for you. Money that you have not seen before. They are going to throw position to you. Position that you have not seen before. They will promise you a lot of things. They will promise you heaven and earth. But I bet you better be careful. Do not sell your birthright for porridge. Do not be one of those who will sell their birthright for porridge, for food, for only something to eat in their stomach. You eat it and you go to the toilet and you push it out. How much would they give you to save your unborn generation? How much? How much is your freedom worth? How much is your freedom worth? Have you become so cheap that you can be bought? You have become so cheap, you have become an ordinary item that can be purchased, just like you purchase goods in the market. That is what some of us have become. Some of us have reduced ourselves to an object that you can just purchase. And all these politicians are capitalizing on it. They capitalize on it. They boast about it. They say they know your price. It's just a question of money. Including buying your conscience. That is what you see today. So many people have lost their conscience. That is why you see them standing boldly to talk against a man that is fighting genuinely to secure the life of some people. And you see the same people that he's fighting to secure are turning around to fight against him. It is so sad. It is so sad, but that is the world we live in. That is the reality of today. How long shall we continue to face this evil? How long shall we continue to tolerate this madness? How long shall we continue to listen to this wickedness? Is it not enough? Is it not enough time for us to retrace our steps? Is it not time for us to focus and face the fact, face the reality, pursue the truth and the truth alone? Why is it difficult for man to follow the truth? Even when the truth is the easiest and simplest thing you can see. When you are pursuing lies, evil and propaganda, it will take you more calculative thinking to be able to uphold that lie for a very long time. And it doesn't last forever. The only thing that can last forever is the truth. The truth. You drop it and you don't need to protect it. It will be on its own. But when you see people that lies, they plant that seed of lie and they will continue to protect it. They will continue to lie more lies, connect more things to protect that their lie. And no matter how they protect that lie, at the end of the day, that lie will be exposed and the whole world will know that you're telling a lie. Why is it that we Biafrans do not want to stand up and pursue that which is truthful? Why? Well, there's no surprise about that. In every Judas, in every 12, there must be a Judas. We know there are so many Judas in Biafra land, but they cannot stop our freedom. We are going to force every one of them, both the Judas and the Thomases. We will force them into Biafra in this year that we are in. And it's already happening. It's already happening. As time goes on, in a few days, more things will be unfolded and you will see it. But I thank Chukwu government immensely for our brothers and sisters in Biafra land. I can tell you, our brothers and sisters in Biafra, they are doing a great job. Marvelously well. Apart from few of them that are still crazy. Out of hunger, fear, and whatever. Some of them out of fear, some out of hunger. They are still playing into the hand of caliphate. But I can tell you that majority in Biafra land, they are ready and willing to go. And I bet you, Chukwu Okike will secure and protect every one of you in Biafra land, no matter the attack they bring. We will surely make it. We will surely succeed. We will surely break through. Remain resolute, Mazin Nadekano said. Remain resolute. Do not fall into the temptation of the evil man. Do not fall into their trap. Continue to preach this gospel of freedom. Any place you are, in your sleep, when you are awake, at your work, any place, be focused on freedom and nothing else. We are not part of election, and will never be. It doesn't matter how they try to make the election look. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who they are voting for. We don't care. We want a permanent solution to our problem, which is referendum. We don't want a temporary solution. A temporary solution. It doesn't matter the kind of angel you bring and put there. After 8 years, then what? Then what? Even when we know that the 8 years will not be better than the former 8 years you have seen. Because in Nigeria, the present doesn't get better than the past. The future never gets better than the past. The future becomes worse than the past. It is only in Nigeria that I see that. Every goddamn time, after the election, after all their madness, the future remains worse than the past. You become more hungry. You become more insecure. The economy dies more. More sickness everywhere. That is the situation of the zoo. And you want us to continue to be in that path? No. We have to do something differently this time around. Because you cannot continue to do something the same way and you're expecting different result. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen and will never happen. That is why at this particular point in time, things have to be done differently and every hand has to be on deck. Every Biafran must participate. Every one of us have to participate. Every one of us have a role to play to the coming of Biafra. If you know what you have to do, begin to prepare yourself. Begin to reach out. On Rube one now and also. That was how we survived the first time. And this time around, it is a different ball game. It is a different ball game. In the past, we are not taken unaware. We are prepared for what is coming. We know it's not going to be easy, but we are equal to the task. The journey to freedom is never easy. And when you are seeking for your freedom from your master, you're seeking for freedom for your master, it goes with a price. It comes with a price, a heavy price, and not small, not a little one. I don't know why it is difficult for people. Somebody who is a Biafran, mainly Igbo Biafran, you find it difficult to understand that having freedom is not easy. When you have a system where one boy will serve his master for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years or more before getting freedom. And after that freedom, life will never remain the same again. You see them flourishing. You know how difficult it is to serve a master and then get your freedom and get settled. And you know how joyful it is after you're going settled. And yet, you want somebody to beg you, to demand for that ultimate freedom that is going to favor your generation. How much bribe can you take that is going to save your generation unborn? How much? What kind of gift or promise will be made to you that's going to save your generation unborn? Why don't you stand up now and fight that battle once and for all? Why don't we come together, fight the battle once and for all, and liberate the place? Because the time is ripe. And I bet you, it cannot be like 1967. They can't destroy our people anymore. It cannot be the way it was before. It can never be. In the present time, it cannot be because we are prepared for what is coming. Very, very prepared. And they can't match us. Already you can see them. Without even the open war, they have started calling mercenaries from all corners. Without calling an open war, they're already bringing mercenaries from all corners. Bringing mercenaries from other places. These are the people that are boasting to have the largest population in Africa. The most populated African black nation. And yet, they don't have enough army to defend them. Why is it so? It is because the indigenous people are not participating in the evil that is happening. They are not interested. Most of them are being forced. Most of the people you see in that military who are indigenous are being forced. That is why they have resulted in going abroad to go and bring mercenaries. And when those mercenaries come, what do? What they do in Biafra is to destroy the house of people, burn houses, burn properties, and take innocent life indiscriminately. They don't care. They don't have any feeling for you after you are not in the same country with them. They go and bring mercenaries from other countries to come and destroy life and properties in Biafra land. And they continue to go house by house, including using an aircraft to bomb. And when we say it is a war situation in Biafra land, people say it's a joke. When we are telling people there is war in Biafra land, people don't believe it. And the world is watching before the whole world. Before the whole world, you are seeing the bombardment in Biafra land. Nobody said anything. Nobody cares. The politicians connive with these very terrorists. They connive with the federal government and their terrorists to bombard Biafra land, a place where they are peaceful, where there is nothing war going on. The kind of operation they are doing in the south is they are not doing the Zambia forest. They have never done such kind of operation in the north, where we have a renowned terrorist. You cannot say that operation. But in Biafra land, the politicians, the governors, they will go and bring a plane to bombard their people. And when we tell you it's a war situation, people don't believe it. It is not going to be for too long. We are going to defend Biafra land by all means possible. It's going to happen very soon. Wait, very soon we are going to enter into February. And when we get into February, things will begin to unfold. It doesn't matter whether you like us or you don't like us. It doesn't matter whether you want to participate or you don't participate. It doesn't matter the kind of name or title you give to us. That doesn't count anymore. Because for a very long time, for years, the Biafran people have been crying. We have been complaining. We complain to United Nations. We complain to Amnesty International. We complain to all the countries of the world. They have our complaints. Not just complaint, both written and in video evidence. Written and video evidence have been made available to them, and yet they don't deem it fit to talk about the issue of Biafra. Even when they send delegates, they don't go to Biafra land to know what is happening. Nobody goes there. They turn a blind eye to that area. The same area where they come to take their resources. The same area where the resources that is making Nigeria what it is. Yet, when the people in that area are shouting, nobody pays attention. In a few days, they will be forced to report what is going on. In a few days, the situation of Biafra will be reported. They can't pretend anymore. It is so sad. It is so sad that this is the kind of world we find ourselves. A world of inequality. A world of inequality. A world of wickedness. A world of wickedness. where people will connive together and begin to destroy the life of other people. Even when they claim of human rights everywhere, they will come to the media and they will make noise on Libya, on conventional media, make noise of human rights, talk trash of human rights. You see them talking against Iran, talking against Iraq, giving them bad names. But at the same time, they are the ones sponsoring the evil. They are the ones sponsoring the evil. They are quick to talk about the dictatorship regime in Africa. They are very quick to identify people they want to eliminate as dictators. But today, look at the evil that is happening to Biafran people. Nobody is speaking. These same people were the people who were so fast. They were so fast to go to Libya. Libya, where Muammar Gaddafi was handling his own people the way they are supposed to be handled. Handling his own people with the system that they are used to. He provided everything for them. He provided everything for them free of charge. Gave them a lot of stipends. A lot of things were given to the citizens free. And they went into Libya and destroyed it. They called Muammar Gaddafi a dictator. Today, the government of that dictator has become the best government ever. The best government ever in Africa. The government of that dictator, Muammar Gaddafi. The best government ever. And Libya will never, ever experience the kind of thing they experienced in the hand of Gaddafi. They will never experience that kind of government anymore. It is they are the people that are going to create the enemy inside. They will create enemy within the nation, sponsor them to attack the government. And when the government of the nation begin to clamp down on those people, they now tag the person a terrorist. They will now tag him a dictator. Then they will sponsor rebels against the person. This is the evil the West are doing. The evil they are conducting all over the world, mainly in Africa. They continue to sponsor evil. Continue to sponsor evil against the citizens of the country. Pretending to love you. Either they come to AIDS, they say they're giving you AIDS. Before they give you the AIDS, they're already stealing you dry. They are already stealing you dry and they claim to give you AIDS. What AIDS? Nigeria doesn't even measure the amount of oil that is pumped to the UK. Nigeria doesn't measure it. All the resources in Nigeria, they take it free of charge. Take it free of charge. And the evil in the country of Nigeria was caused by the United Kingdom. After committing that evil, after bringing people who doesn't have the same value system together, still yet they do not want to make that correction. They don't want to make that correction, and they don't want us to make the correction by ourselves. They want us to remain slaves so they can have the opportunity to continue to steal our resources. It is going to end this year. Be ready to wipe us all out. If that is what you want, be ready. If Chukwuokame permits you, then you succeed. But as long as Chukwuokame lives and we stand on his mandate, you cannot succeed. You can't succeed. You are wasting your time. The restoration of Biafra has come. The restoration of Biafran time has come, and there is nothing anybody can do about it. That is why you see every attack you bring in against our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, is going to fall on just like pouring water in a stone. All those your blackmail, your propaganda, your attack, spiritual and physical against Master Simon Ekpa, you are wasting your time. He is unstoppable. He is unstoppable because he's not there by himself. The person you are seeing there is not Simon Ekpa. When you see him speak, you see him act, you see him talk, he is not the person you are seeing. Some of you are looking at him with your physical eye. When he talks, he says, "Is he not that man that come online every day?" That is what they say. Some say he's a child, he's a small boy. He's inexperienced. That is why a clown called on the program, because this yesterday, a clown from Senegal called on the program day before yesterday and was telling Master Simon that he has the zeal, but he doesn't have the experience. Calling him inexperienced. Okay, you that call that you have experience, you bring your own experience. Now let us add it to the zeal that he has and bring Biafra. He doesn't have anything to say. He doesn't have anything to say. Somebody in Senegal telling somebody in Senegal that doesn't have a job, he's telling a lawyer in Finland, a politician in Finland about the experience. That is how mad they have become. Somebody in Senegal, a jobless man in Senegal, had the gut to call a phone to Finland, was talking to a lawyer, and a politician, that he doesn't have experience of what he's doing. That is how shameless they are. That is what they have resorted to. But all these are distractions. So Biafrans, don't get distracted. And the same way, you will meet this kind of same people. We see them every day online. Those kind of people. You see them sometimes, they will come online where you are broadcasting and they'll begin to type rubbish. They'll begin to type, either they are cursing you or they are typing unnecessary things. What I do on my program is that I ignore them. I pretend as if I don't see it. I ignore them, they type and they go. There are a lot of them, a lot of those clowns, they are everywhere. Are we going to be distracted? We can't allow them to distract us. It doesn't matter how they try. We have chosen this path to restore Biafra. That is the path we chose. And no man born of a woman can stop us from that path. You cannot hinder us from that path. It is a path we have chosen for ourselves. And we must get our freedom. Come sun, come rain, regardless what anybody has to say. Regardless your propaganda, your blackmail, whatever you put yourself hand in, whatever, anything you like, put together. You can't stop us. We have chosen our own path to pursue our freedom. And that freedom we must get in 2023. If you like, go and write our name anywhere, put our name anywhere. There is never a time we are expecting a good name from you. There's never a time. It's only a madman that will be expecting a good name from his enemy. How can you expect your enemy to call you a good name? As far as you can see, the whole world have already turned against us already. The whole world is against Biafra, as far as I know. Right from the time of 1967 Civil War, they have never embraced us. They have never ever embraced us. They've turned against us. That is why, even up till now, when they are giving their aids to the Zoological Republic, they don't give to the Southeast. Every aid they are giving, their aids is always to the North. Every aid they bring is always to the northern side of that Zoological Republic. And with all those money they are pumping there, yet nothing to show. Nothing to show. Upon how they try to ignore the Southeast, they ignore the Biafra land, they ignore Biafra land, they don't give us aids. When they talk and give Nigeria aids, it's to the northern part of Nigeria. Upon all that, we are still holding the economy. When you talk about the rate of poverty in Biafra land is still very, very low. But with all the aids they are giving to the north, there is nothing to show. The rate of poverty is still there. That area is still the poverty capital of the whole world. Poverty capital of the whole world. These are a group of people who doesn't want to develop themselves. They are not ready to. It doesn't matter how you try to push them. They are not ready to develop themselves. And that is why they are trying to tie everybody down. They want to tie every other person down to make all of us remain dull like they are. And only a madman can accept that. And they know Biafrans cannot accept to stay down. Their own father, Ahmadu Bello, said it. Ahmadu Bello said it. Take a Biafran and put him in a labor camp. He will emerge as a hero. We can't stay down. And that is their fear. That is the fear of the world, all these world powers. They know we can't stay down. They know we are ready to make difference. We are ready to do things. We can't stay down. It doesn't matter how they try. We can never. And that is why we must restore Biafra. We must restore Biafra by fire, by force, whether they like it or not. And the time has come. That time of restoration of Biafra has come fully. We are going to restore Biafra by all means possible, no matter what it takes. No matter what it takes. Mazen Nandekana has spoken about it and said it directly. That even if we take everybody and it remains only one or two people, those people will continue Biafra. They are taking us for a joke. They are not taking us serious. But I tell you, by February, you begin to be serious more. By February, you begin to take us serious. All this your name calling cannot stop anything. If you like, go and write your name among the terrorist group. It's your business. It's your business. The autopiloted IPOB under the spokesmanship of Master Simon Ekpa and on the leadership of Master Nnamdi, we are undeterred and unshakable. There is no amount of lie or blackmail you can bring to make us change our direction or make us to begin to speak in a different tongue. No. We are standing firm on our words. It is either Biafra or nothing. In 2023, this one is not saying that living is open. Pay attention to the environment. Whatever thing happens around you, pay attention. Ignore any sign. If you are a Biafran, from now onwards, do not ignore any sign. Every single thing you see around you, pay attention to it. It has a meaning. There's a reason why you see that. If you're living in Biafra land, whatever you see that comes around you, goes around you, flies around you, there's a reason. Pay attention. And continue to follow. Every one of us, we are standing with Master Simon Ekpa. The Biafran people are standing with Master Simon Ekpa. There is nothing to change it. Wherever he is, that's where we are. Wherever he stands, that is where we stand. Wherever Master Simon Ekpa stands, that is where we stand. We are supporting him 101% as the spokesperson of Biafra. And he is speaking the mind of Master Nnamdi Kanu. Wherever he stands, that is where Master Nnamdi Kanu stands. Master Simon Ekpa remains the only true disciple of Master Nnamdi Kanu. The only true disciple of Master Nnamdi Kanu. Tested and trusted. Unlike other criminals who are running scatter, jumping from pillar to pole. There's no other person you can trust. No other person. As it stands today, you can't trust anybody. You might wake up the following morning, you find out that the person that is standing next to you has now begun to shout P2B. It is possible that the very person you spoke about Biafra, now, the next few minutes, you might find him broadcasting P2B. Telling you, let's consider election. That is how bad it is. So you don't trust anybody. You only trust yourself. You that is watching me. You only trust yourself and remain resolute. That is the message of Master Nnamdi Kanu. He has said it again. That we should remain resolute. Stand where you are. Do not be moved. Stand your ground. That's what Master Nnamdi Kanu said. We should stand our ground. Hold our ground firm where we are. Master Nnamdi Kanu is not shifting an inch. Even in the difficult situation, he is standing his ground. So why wouldn't you stand your own ground? Why wouldn't you stand your ground? Why would you allow? Why? Why would you listen to gossip? Why would you allow somebody to distract you? This is not the time for distraction. Don't listen to all these distractors. There are so many of them. They are everywhere. You go some of them, they don't have any other item they don't have anything to discuss. They don't have any title. Each day they make their broadcast, they don't mention Master Simon Ekpa. Nobody's going to listen to them. Nobody. But I thank Chukwu that Biafrans are very much awake. And they know whom they are following and they know the right path to follow. Continue to be consistent in your demand. It is Biafra or nothing. And I bet you, we are going home. We will get home very, very soon. No matter how they try to stop us, no matter the blackmail and propaganda they bring, I bet you we will surely get home. I appreciate everybody that participated on today's sit at home. Everybody in Biafra land who participated on the sit at home today, I appreciate you. It is another referendum. It is another referendum. And now they don't have any choice. And we will continue to march them word to word, action to action. We continue to move. There's no going back. Just like Master Nnamdi Kanu said, that we have crossed the Rubicon. There is no going back. For those who want to go back, and let them go. Let them continue to go. Those who want to take a different dimension, let them continue. But as for us, the Biafran people, we are focused on our direction and nobody can stop us. Nothing. Nothing on the planet Earth will stop us. I appreciate everybody who has been able to connect to this very program today. We had a lot of disruptions. Though I came in, I didn't put notification. I just came in and began to run. I appreciate people who have been able to join this very broadcast up to this moment. I thank you so much for joining. Tomorrow, I'm going to fix my program on time and send you notification on time. I'm going to start my program normally tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Kabiam. We will start and continue to do other things that we have to do. If you have anything you want us to discuss, any topic you want us to touch, you can write on the comment section. I'm going to look at it and tomorrow we talk about it. I appreciate every one of you. May Chukwu Kabiam continue to guide and protect every Biafran, every Oduduwa, every Middle Beltans, Guide and protect all our men on the ground. The BNL, the BNG, every force that is fighting for the freedom of Biafra. May Chukwu Okike Abịama guide and protect them. We commit our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, onto the hand of Chukwu Okike Abịama. May Chukwu Okike Abịama continue to guide and protect Master Simon Ekpa. Every attack against his life, every attack against him that is coming both spiritually and physically, in the name of Chukwu Okike Abịama, we demand and ask that that attack should be destroyed. That attack will never ever succeed. May Chukwu Okike Abịama build a wall of fire around Master Simon Ekpa. Any missile that is coming, both spiritually and physically, must not touch him. Any missile that is coming towards him must not touch him. Every attack against his life, against his health, will never succeed. We commit Master Simon Ekpa